it's me now. Okay, hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us for ShadowDance this evening. For those of you who stumbled here without knowing where you went, we're the Fellowship of the Phoenix. We're a nonprofit queer neo-pagan organization. And of course, given COVID times, we are doing our rituals virtually right now. I am joined by some of our celebrants from the Seattle region, as well as one of our beautiful and brave celebrants out of Chicago, or the Chicagoland area, rather. Tonight, we celebrate ShadowDance. We celebrate our ancestors. We celebrate mystery and mysticism and the queer mystic. We celebrate that face of the divine that teaches us to connect to outside spirit, to connect to the divine above, and to bring it down to ourselves in the form of gnosis, or received wisdom. So that's tonight. That's what we're doing here. We're here to celebrate each other, to celebrate community, but also to celebrate the spirits that walk with us, the ancestors, and to look forward a little bit into the work that lies ahead. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to BA, who is going to help us focus a little bit and get rid of some unwanted thoughts.
Take a moment to think on and give voice to any distractions or ills that would close your heart to our celebration tonight. Call them out, name them, and cast them into the air, released, so that they may be transformed by our work together. May these energies be transformed, and may we work in peace.
Good. Now that we've sort of named our distractions, let's name our intentions. Take a breath and take a moment to name your intent for tonight. What do you hope to come away with from our ritual? What is it that you are here to celebrate? If you feel called, you can type that into the chat, or you can just speak it out loud into your own space, but give it some body, give it some reality. Share with either your own space or with everyone else attending. Share what it is that you are looking for tonight. And we'll take just a moment for that. My intent, personally, is to reconnect a little bit with community and with the spirits that I walk with, and also just to have some fun and to ground after an extraordinarily stressful couple of months. That's what I'm here for. And to lead all of you through this. Good. Now, having named intent, we can center. Creasy?
Close your eyes and clasp your hands together. Focus for a moment on our shared intent. Every one of us is here for a purpose, including those of us not on screen, including you. Breathe in that shared intent for healing and celebration. Breathe out and let that feeling settle in your heart. Again, in and out. Together, we form a community that is built through the bonds of love and will. We give shape to this sacred space, a fortress in which to weave the magic of life. You may release hands.
Thank you, Creasy. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Before we move forward, as just a way to pull people in and let them have a little bit more of the experience that I'm having, I actually want to bring you all. Oh no, I don't know how to do this. Frank, how do I detach this?
What are you trying to do?
I want to come away. There you go. Ooh. Sorry, Frank. There we go. I just wanted to show you all the altar that I get to be with and that you don't get to be quite as close to. So we've, got flowers and real candlelight this time. Since it's that dark part of the year, we really wanted to bring that home. And just traditional autumnal offerings, bread and squash and pomegranate and apple for the spirits that we walk with tonight. Of course, our labyrinth, as well as the pyramid that I'll be talking about in a moment, and the obelisk. Hope you liked it. Just one moment. We didn't rehearse this, I just decided to do it, so my apologies to Frank and the rest of the Sullivans.
What are you doing to my...
Okay. Good. I feel better now. I've properly invited everyone into space. So again, thank you for being here. We are together at the entrance to that labyrinth, on top of the world's mound, which is itself the immortal foundation that supported the footsteps of our earliest ancestors. Inside of the world's mound here lives memory and history and the past. So before we continue further, we acknowledge the history of the space that we ourselves are in, whether that's here in the greater Seattle area, or in Chicago, or wherever you're watching from. We want to give some acknowledgement to this land where people have gathered and lived and honored the earth for, here at least, over 10,000 years. I personally stand on the unceded territories of the Coast Salish people. And we hope to honor the people that walked here before us and the people who walk here with us, the stewards of this land. We hope to honor that legacy with the work that we do here tonight. In our tradition, this world's mound is also the truncated pyramid, flat on the top and bolstered on all four sides by the four elements. Excuse me. So at this point, we'll now call those elements into our space, beginning in the west with water, and then ending in the south with fire. As we do so, you're invited to summon those elements within yourself and within your own space in a way that feels right to you.
Take a moment to connect with water in a way that feels right to you. As I call forth the element of water into this space, quietly tone the vowel sound O, and imagine the powers of water entering our right. I bring in water, the door to mystery. I bring the energies of quenching rain and ocean depth, of emotion and memory. I bring the labyrinth and the misted path as we welcome water into this space. Netzah Shaliach.
Take a moment to connect with Earth in a way that feels right to you. As I call forth the element of Earth into this space, I want you to quietly intone the vowel sound ooh, and imagine the powers of Earth entering our right. I bring in Earth, the door to strength. I bring the energies of fertile fields and ancient stone, of growth and foundation. I bring the world mound and the obelisk's root as we welcome Earth into this space. Netza Shaliach.
Take a moment to connect with air in a way that feels right to you. As I call forward the element of air into this space, quietly tone the vowel sound and imagine the powers of air entering our right. I bring in air, door to knowledge. I bring the energies of cooling breezes and wild gales, of intellect and imagination. I bring the directions and the compass roads as we welcome air into this space. Netza Shaliach.
Take a moment to connect with fire in a way that feels right to you. As I call forth the element of fire into this space, quietly tone the vowel sound E and imagine the powers of fire entering our right. I bring in fire, the door to power. I bring the energies of burning hearths and blood-warmed skin, of passion and vitality. I bring the flames of transformation in the obelisk as we welcome fire into this space. Netza Shaliach. And now we'll call on the spirits of our tradition and ask that they open the way. Call on the spirits of place, ancient and modern, spirits of mountain and concrete, of misted forests and cool fresh waters. Reveal to us the currents of this land.
We call on Terra and Soul, twinned souls of matter and light, body and breath. Guide our magic to manifestation.
We call on the queer ancestors of blood and of spirit, mighty dead who carry the torches of wisdom into our hearts and lives. Protect us as we walk on twilight roads.
We call on the dragon, spiraled serpent at obelisk's root, source of earth and flame and deepest gold. Forge for us the crucible through which we are transformed.
We call on the Minotaur, starry bull of the blackest earth, challenger and guardian. Show us the light that lives in inky shadows.
We call on the queer divine, sacred transgressors and holiest of apostates. We call to youth, explorer, lover, healer, warrior, liberator, mystic and elder. Bless us with flame and light, with queer power and open hearts.
We call now on the beating, flaming heart of our tradition. Phoenix, illuminator and alchemist, light's source who casts no shadow. We call you down. Spread your wings and lift our hearts. Lift now the veil. Open now the way.
Clasped hands as we did before, left palm up, right palm down. Take a breath and let us prepare to enter the labyrinth together. You will never get lost in a labyrinth, for it is not a maze. There is one path in, and it is the same path out. Focus your attention on the journey we are about to take. Honor yourself and the others here tonight by choosing to be fully present. Open your heart to the possibilities that are present in this journey. See before you a large 7-circuit labyrinth of the sort represented at our altar. See the entrance before you opening to a left turn that leads into deepening shadows. Step forward. Move along the long, winding path back and forth from circuit to circuit. Every step focuses your mind, body, and spirit. Note the smell of the path, the feel of the air on your skin. Let your soul awaken. Your steps quicken slightly and the turns grow sharper. And suddenly you step into a large clearing at the labyrinth's center with a large bonfire at its heart, smoky, warm, and bright. These are the flames which we have kindled together. The fire calls for release and promises transformation. Over the crackles and pops of the burning wood, you hear the sound of beating wings from overhead and feel a fire kindle in your heart. You look upwards and see the largest, most beautiful bird that you have ever seen. You look into its eyes and see within them a familiarity which strikes you to the core, and yet at the same time those eyes contain the deepest mysteries of the universe. A voice speaks within your head saying, I am thee and thou art me. The bird's feathers shimmer and flame in a myriad of colors. You watch as it circles once more and then dives directly into the fire and is utterly consumed. The fire grows and seems to reach for you. Hesitantly, you move toward the flames where the bird was. The flames are warm, but do not burn you. Instead, you are invigorated with a willpower and strength that is rejuvenating. You breathe in deeply and feel the divine move through you, aflame with the power of spirit. You feel others step into the flames and watch as they come alive with the knowledge of who they truly are. You are aware of yourself as an individual and as a part of something much larger. You feel the earth leave from beneath you. You soar upwards to the planets and the stars. A bird's cry pierces the world and opens your heart. Breathe in that sound. Become aware of yourself as the phoenix. You may release hands.
Thank you, Creasy. Take a breath. Let yourself settle into this space at the center of the labyrinth. Oh, aflame and warm with that shared fire at the center, those flames of transformation. And look at those flames. Either look at the picture of them in your head, look at the altar here to my side, in this beautiful bonfire of candles that we have here at the center of our labyrinth. Look into those flames, deep at the center of the heat and transformative crackle. There's an image, just the slightest image, a shadow of an image that starts to grow larger, starts to take on the shape of a person as it moves out from the center of the flames and closer to you. Watch that figure grow larger and gain detail. This is the mystic joining us from the flames. What do they look like to you as they move forward closer to you? You can make out more and more. What are they wearing? How do they move? What's their stature? How do they carry themselves? Do they have hair? If so, what does that look like? How long is it? As they move even closer, you can begin to hear the sound of their movement. You can possibly hear the sound of their voice now if they're speaking to you. You can hear the sound of their clothes rustling. What does the mystic sound like? As they get even closer, what do they smell like? Are there scents of mossy earth and forest? Or perhaps it's cinnamon and myrrh, something spicy and fiery. What does the queer divine smell like? Take a deep breath. If they were to embrace you, full on, or perhaps just hands, what is the touch of the mystic like? What is that sensation when the divine steps forward from the flames and touches you? How does that feel? How does that impact? And then, if in your embrace you were to kiss the mystic, on the cheek, or the hand chastely, or on the lips, what is the taste of this divinity? What flavors linger on the lips? Breathe all of that in. Breathe in this image that you've cultivated of the mystic, of this queer divinity of our tradition, who brings us knowledge and spirit work and gnosis from above. Breathe in their presence and their image, their sound, their smell, their sight, their taste. Breathe all of it in. And just keep that going. Keep breathing that in and then out into your space as I call them forward with the prayer from just before our ritual. Queer mystic, mad guide to spirits both carnate and ephemeral, hanged one and light bringer, we honor and thank you. We ask for your blessings as we move through the labyrinth, for revelation through every sense that we possess. Reveal to us the light of the seven-rayed star and the dark heart of the churning cauldron. Guide our spirits down twisting twilight roads to the light behind the darkness. Open the way to the spiral of existence and the starry firmament on which gods walk. Mystic, holy walker in dreams and in stars, bless us from body to breath, from bones to blood. Open for us the roads to gnosis, so that we might go forward into the world, renewed by the bonds of this fellowship. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tus Kaete.
Tus Kaete.
Take a breath. Again. And take a moment just to reassess your own mind, body, emotions, and spirit. Get a sense of your space. Feel the presence of the divine with you. You called them forward. I just talked a lot, right? So get a sense of what that feels like around you in your body and your space. Good. Moving forward with the mystic, what I'd like to do is we're going to focus together on a very short journey down into the cauldron where we can really access the symbolism of the mystic and where we can use the mystic's blessing and the lessons of spirit communication given there to call forth our community's ancestors. Those are the ancestors of spirit, our queer ancestors. You are welcome if you have a good relationship with your own blood ancestors. You're welcome to include them in your intent. But my intent here in my space at this altar is to welcome the queer ancestors of our spirits into this space with us. And once we've achieved some of that connection, we're going to ask them for the same blessing for all of us, for the community as a whole. What we're going to do is to make a prayer for safety and for peace. We have just come out, well, we finished this bizarre election cycle with good news, but I can't speak for you. I know I still have trepidation given what the current administration is trying to do and things like that. And I want to make a prayer for a peaceful winter and a secure winter, a protected winter for all of us and all of the other queer people in our community and in our circles. So, with that said, Frank, can you cue the visualization? I'm gone. And I'd like you, please, you can look at the screen or you can you pause that? You can look at the screen or you can just breathe in. But we start at the point. We start at the very tip of the obelisk. This is us. This is precisely where we are at this time and space. Breathe into that, knowing that you are at the tip of the obelisk yourself, but then moving out into a more community-centered vision. This is the pyramid. We move down from the point and into the compass. We are able to see down all 4 roads, and down every road is a connection between ourselves and someone else. And so we are connected through community and to community through the compass. And from there, the cauldron. And in the cauldron, we see reflected the stars of the night sky from above. These lights below us are the lights of the ancestors, here to guide us and also to bring us blessings. The rim of the cauldron fades away, and all we're left with is the shaman, the connection from our heart to the skies above and the cauldron below, and all of the movement therein. The mystic can connect us from the ancestors to the divine and back. And we call those ancestors up. We ask them for protection, for solidarity and safety in our community. Focus on that wish for solidarity and safety in community. Queer ancestors of blood and of bone, of breath and spirit, we ask that you bring us that you keep us together in solidarity and safe in our community. We ask for peace and for quiet for preparedness through the long winter. As we make our way out of an emotionally dark season and start to find light again and hope. All you who have come before, please listen now. We are listening to all you who have come before. Join us in peace. All you who have come before, please listen now. We are listening to all you who have come before. Join us in peace. All you who have come before, please listen now. We are listening to all you who have come before. Join us in peace. Queer ancestors, ancestors of our spirits, of the long lineage of magical people who have come before us, who have paved the way for us to even exist. We thank you, we love you, and we ask for you to always be in the circle of our lives, from now forward into forever. Netza Shaliach. That's what I've got. We can go back to me. Take a breath, my loves. Let that settle. Together, we can use the same visualizations and the same symbology to access the same spiritual space, and that's what we're trying to do there tonight. From there, from this place of safety and home and hope, we move forward into some healing work. And I'm going to let Creasy introduce that for us.
Can't find it in the script.
We're going to do some healing work. And what I'd like you to do, oh no, I'll get that later. I don't need it for a while. What I'd like to do with all of you is to have you just look up through the ceiling. I'm assuming I hope you're inside. It's raining out there. Look up with your mind's eye. So maybe your eyes are closed, you're looking through the ceiling, through your roof, through the atmosphere, all the way into the stars. The twisting, spiraling arms of our Milky Way galaxy. These are the lights of the spiral. This is the divine firmament where the gods walk. Every one of those lights, a spirit, a divinity, shining down on us and sharing their energy. So breathe down that starlight. Breathe down the light of the spiral. Let it enter through your breath as you breathe in. It'll go down through the throat and just center and swirl around your heart. Give that 2 more breaths. Nice and deep. Breathe in. the light of the spiral and feel that swirl. As you breathe out, just let it linger. And then breathe in. Feel it swirl right around the heart. Look down. Again, with the mind's eye, we see through floor or carpet, even bedrock. We move down until we can see the surface of the cauldron. This is the spiritual repository of memory and the past and symbology. This is where our ancestors live, reflected lights of the divine shimmering on the surface of the water. Breathe that reflected light up into your heart and feel it swirl there. This is the light of the ancestors, of your entire lineage, our lineage, shared magic, all. Breathe that up and let it swirl with the light from above. 2 more breaths. Up from the below, and just let it circle, let it swirl around your heart. 1 more breath. Feel that. Put your hands over your heart. We're going to breathe in from there now. And we're going to take a little bit of this for ourselves. You know where you need this most, where this will work best. If you wish, you can take some of that light and breathe it through your shoulders, your arms, and into your hands to lay on hands somewhere on your body. Or you can just breathe that light and let it suffuse you. Yes? So take 3 breaths to take from this divine ancestral combination and take some of that, not all of it, but take some of that for yourself. Where is it that you need some of this spirit light, some of this community light? As we work together, we share a connection through this light. So what is it that we can help you with? Is there something in your body, in your heart, in your soul that could use some love and light? Breathe that in. I'm just going to give that a minute. Good. Put your left hand out to the side, palm facing up. Put your right hand out to the side. Am I still, can I get in there with all? Yeah, there we go. With that palm facing down. So left palm up, right palm down. And this really is just to bring our minds back to what it's like when we're in community in person. This gesture is how we connect one to the other. Clasping hands, left palm up and right palm down always. And typically, when we do things like this, we can breathe and push that energy through the right hand into the left of the next person. Tonight, we just use this gesture to bring our minds further into community, to access that network between each other, even though we can't be here in person. So just breathe. Breathe with that for a minute. Get a sense of that. Get a sense of someone on either side here. we're all together, sharing digital space, but also spiritual space. This is the compass. This is everything that connects one light to the next in one large, crisscrossing, intersecting circle. And so I'm going to ask us to do 3 breaths, and we're going to breathe in more of that combined light, and we're going to breathe it out to the right, through our right hands. And just let that get captured by the community at large. Not necessarily other people at this ritual this evening, but all of us. Everyone in the fellowship, every seeker, every member, every intersecting member of queer and pagan community. Let everyone who needs it, who cannot be with us tonight, receive what is necessary as we breathe it out through our right hands. So again, one more time. Good, good, good. And take a quick look behind me, make sure I'm not going to catch myself on fire. And one last bit of healing for us to work through together is healing our connection with the earth. I would like us all to think down again, but this time, instead of trying to just go through everything into the cauldron, I want you to think down just to where your feet meet the ground. And I know that for myself, I'm on carpet right now, but think through the idea of being on carpet or hardwood or linoleum or shoes or whatever, and just feel that very physical, heavy connection between yourself and the firmament, right? Just broaden your idea a little bit of what it means to, have carpet beneath you, and just really feel that connection between you and the ground. That firm foundation on which we stand, the earth. We're connecting ourselves to the earth. And I want you to really get a sense of that connection, and how might you strengthen that? Because it's not the earth that needs our healing energy. It's our relationship to it, right? So we're going to breathe in. We're going to do it 3 times again. And I want you to breathe in that combined light from the divine and from the ancestors. Let it circle in your heart. Actually, let's do that 2 more times, just to refresh that. So breathing from above and below into the heart. One more time. And just feel that spin, that energy. And now take that, breathe it, collect it with your inhalation, and then send that energy down, but not necessarily into the earth, but into what connects you to the earth, into your relationship with this planet. So breathe in and down. You skip those. One more time. Good. Thank you. And just sit with that for one more moment. Just breathe in and out, having given some healing energy to yourself, to the larger community, and into your relationship with the earth. Just sit with that. And what's next?
Thank you.
Oh, great, I can do that. All right, so now that we have... no, there's something else in my brain. Okay. No, I won't. I'm going to do it now. Okay. Hi, buddy. My dog is here. So, hi, Rook. Come here, buddy. Can you say hi to the camera? Oh, a little bit. A little bit. A little bit of rumple showing. Hi, baby. All right, my loves. Before we move on and begin thanking everyone and closing ourselves out for the night, I want to open up a little bit of space for you to receive some bit of extra blessing from the ancestors or from the queer divine as you see fit. I'm going to light a candle.
We don't have enough.
We don't. And as much as I wish as I had thought to grab a candle holder for this will be fine. We're good. What I'd like you to do, say a prayer if you need it. Take a moment. This candlelight, this one, this exact one in my hands, is for all of us who need some petition. I know that so many members of our community are in need in one way or another. And I hope that you will reach out to us via Facebook or email or something like that if there's something that we can help you with materially or emotionally, if you need to talk through something. But right now, spiritually, religiously, I want you to use this time, this candle, and let it be a prayer for you as you need it. I know we've all experienced so much loss in so many various ways. One member of our community is not here with us tonight because he is in the process of losing a family member. This candle is for him and for all of the rest of the community. You watching this, me holding the candle, everything that we've lost. We ask our ancestors to hold us up through that loss, through the darkness of the winter. We ask the divine to propel us forward, to remind us that there is light, however dim, at the end of this winter, and that light will only grow. We ask our ancestors, the spirits of our tradition and our divinities, to be with us and to hold us. And to be a light in the darkness for everyone who needs it. Netzah Shaliach. I lied, I did have a candle holder. Very accessible. I'm a witch after all. There we go. And we're going to be... Oh, quite there. We're going to let that burn down for the evening, as would be traditional. So from here, we're going to thank divinity. Hi, bud. Do you want some prayers too? Hi. Okay, so I promise we're doing this. We're going to thank the divine. We're going to then look for any extra messages that our spirits may have for us, and then we'll finish closing all of this out. So from there, Mystic, we thank you for your presence here tonight. And I want to ask of both Frank and any of our current celebrants, does anyone feel that they have any other messages from the Mystic that are intended for the people watching tonight? And we're just going to take a minute. There might be nothing, but if anyone has felt something, some message from the divine, now is your chance. I promise I've said my piece. No? Good. All right. Take another breath with that. Breathe in your own thanks to the Mystic. And we have met in your honor. And oh no, Rumpel, what are you doing? Sorry, crazy dog here. That's all that's happening. Doggo antics. He's begging for some attention at this point. But my attention is on the Mystic, obviously. Mystic, we have met in your honor and filled this vessel with our love. Drink, Mystic, and never know thirst. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tuskayate. Good. And now I believe omens, yes?
See.
I don't know when these were last shuffled, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of that. I feel like I need to be doing some sort of small talk, like, how's everyone doing tonight? Except that's not really possible, because I can't see any of your beautiful faces or responses right now. Here. Oh, good. We need that. I'll tell you in a moment. Have some patience. Also good. Oh, no. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's a good reading. Okay, so from our personal fellowship deck, I drew the healer, the mystic, and sulfur. Honestly, I think we're being reminded of the ritual that we just did. Yeah. I'm feeling this sense of healing through connection, which is rough and a really interesting prospect in COVID times. Excuse me, right? But I think there's a reminder here that connection is not necessarily always physical. And it's not necessarily Skype or, fucking other video call things either. Connection to one another and to our spirits can also be service. It can also just be thoughtfulness. It can be reaching out when you think of someone, let them know. It doesn't have to be a conversation. It could just be, oh, Creasy, I was thinking about you. I wanted to let you know that I was. I want to extend that love. That can be the connection. It doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be this, pre-planned video call time. It can just be as simple as telling someone that you love them. And that comes through these cards for me because that is a magical, divine piece of communication, right? That knowledge of loving one another and loving another person is both healing and a communication that speaks to divinity. So tell people that you love them and make transformation happen that way. Start by healing, then find connection, and then we can transform the world. And that's the transformation that we're looking for. We're not looking, as nice as it might sound sometimes, we're not looking to just light a match and burn everything down to the ground, right? We're not looking for destruction, we're looking for building and healing and love. That's going to be our transformation and our revolution. So put that forward into the world. That's the message I'm getting from the cards and from the spirits tonight. So with that, now we can move, is it
Offering.
offerings? Good, that's what I wanted it to be. So now we can move forward into giving offerings to the spirits, thanking them for those messages and for their presence here in our ritual this evening. So with that, I'm going to say that we honor the beings who have guided our rite here tonight. I am holding this vessel full of pomegranate juice, and I'm asking you to focus on the altar and on this vessel and breathe out. Just ignore the idea of a screen, bowl, whatever. Look at the image of this vessel and breathe into it your blessings and your well wishes for the kindred of our hearts. Breathe your thanks and your love into this vessel as I speak and as we give thanks to our spirits. We give thanks to the spirits, beings, and divinities that walked with us this night. Thank you for your presence and your protection, for your blessings and bounty. Thank you for guiding our magic and our healing, for holding open the way. We pledge to honor your gifts and to use them wisely. We thank you and we give you honor this evening. And now, Indy.
To the Phoenix, we give offering. To the queer divine of many names, youth, explorer, lover, healer, warrior, liberator, mystic, and elder, we give offering. To the Minotaur, we give offering. To the dragon, we give offering. To the queer ancestors, we give offering. To Terra and Soul, we give offering. To the Genius Loci, we give offering. To all you spirits who walk with us, may you never thirst. Tus Kayate.
Tus Kayate.
Netzah Shaliach.
Netzah Shaliach.
I give thanks to the element of fire for light in the darkness, for warmth in the cold, and for guidance to the lost. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tus Kayate.
I give thanks to the air and to the crossroads, the winds that blow away the clutter and tensions of our life and stir us to new thoughts and new ideas. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tus Kayate.
We give thanks to the earth for the energy that you have brought with us tonight. You've given us strength to stand up and be heard, and the foundation that will shelter us in the coming days. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tus Kayate.
We give thanks to water, to memories of shared joy and shared times together, and our ability to dream of a future together again. We honor you always in the circle of our lives. Tus Kayate.
As we have honored the elements, we honor that which has been changed and invite it back into ourselves. May this transformed energy be a tool with which we work our wills.
Focus again on the group as a whole, that full shining circle of connected lights. Feel how our community has been empowered by our work tonight. Feel how you've been changed personally. Breathe in this transformed energy and send it into the circle with a breath. Breathe in once more and send it out to everyone in the community that could not be here with us this evening. This is the power of the Phoenix to transform and regenerate. Let us take the gift of this connection with us into our daily lives. Manifest your will through love. And now we go forth into the world, renewed by the bonds of this fellowship. Out of the flames, into the light.
We'll be joining some folks in a chat room shortly. Is that correct, Frank?
Yep.
So we're gonna just transition to that really in just a moment or two, and we can, if you want to, of course. There's no necessity, but we're going to open up a Google Meet room for some chatting and socialization for those who would like to join us there. So thank you. Blessed ShadowDance to everyone. My heart is open to you. Takayate.